and we have 3 games to go. And although it feels like winter here on Teesside this evening, it's cold, there's swirling rain around the stadium. It definitely doesn't feel like May is just around the corner and with it the campaign's conclusion. But that's the fact. 3 games to go in the league season at least. And this is the first of those in a week where Leeds United find themselves involved in 2 away fixtures. So Middlesbrough tonight and then Queen's Park Rangers on Friday. 2 huge games, 2 must-win games, and then we'll see.
And then we will see. 1 game at a time, Bryn, 1 game at a time, and this is the one, isn't it? Borough away, yeah, the rain is teeming down out there, but just want to get out there and get on with this because it's been a long break, hasn't it, since our last game. Boys have had a couple of days off to get away from things, but you never really can. They want to get back out on the training pitch, but more importantly, back out on a pitch like this where we can win a vital 3 points.
Teams are in the tunnel. Noise levels cranked up here. We've had the Riverside Stadium light show in the build-up to the game, like a 1970s discotheque. And now Pigbag, like a 1980s discotheque, to greet the arrival of the 2 teams on the playing surface. So the build-up has been big here. Maybe Leeds' first challenge will be to take it all down a notch or 2. Middlesbrough, who sit just outside the playoff places, but their chances of getting into those playoff places kind of ebbed away. But you have to remember, Middlesbrough are actually on a really good run currently. Just 1 defeat in the last 10 for them. A few draws in the middle of it, but they've been draws against good teams. Drawn with Southampton, drawn with Leicester. So they've been going well, Middlesbrough. And you would anticipate, I suppose, that, well, it goes 1 or 2 ways, doesn't it, at this stage? When you don't, in terms of the position in the table, not a lot going on. Do you play without fear, or do you not? Are you not up to it? Which one of the 2?
You're right, but I think normally you play without any fear. You go out there, there's no real pressure on you. But when a team like Leeds United comes to town, you think, right, you know, we're trying to get promotion. They would love to put a real big dent in our really road to that Premier League. So it's all about making sure we concentrate, all about keeping calm, all about making it really difficult for them. Get that first goal and ask the question, do you really want this fight? Do you really want to win this game? Because we do. Well, that's what we have to make sure. We want to win this one. You need to show equal fight, if not more, to try and beat us, and that's not going to be possible, I hope.
Bamford and Byron back in for Leeds United. And no Luke Ayling for Middlesbrough tonight. He's been in great form for Middlesbrough recently. He's got a fantastic assist record, working with Latte Lat, a guy who looked really impressive at Ellen Road earlier in the season. That was an end-to-end affair. We had 3 goals inside the opening 8 minutes, if you remember, at Ellen Road.
Please, no. Not tonight, not tonight.
And Latte Lat was involved, but no Luke Ayling, who's been providing a lot of assists for his goals recently, and Latte Lat is on a good goal-scoring run. Lat up front, Luke Ayling obviously on loan from Leeds, so he's not involved this evening. No Sam Greenwood either. So it's Middlesbrough, pretty much the same side that played their last game. Deek Steele is the change coming in for Ayling. There's a lot of young players on the bench because Michael Carrick intimated in the build-up to this game that with the fact that there's not a great deal riding on their remaining fixtures, he would take the opportunity to blood a few more of those who come through the Middlesbrough Academy system. So we may see some pretty young players before the evening is out, but they start with, I think, what would be very much their current strongest 11, Luke Ayling apart.
Yes, most certainly. You mentioned Latte Lat there as well. 7 in his last 9 games. That's impressive stuff. We haven't scored in the last couple of games. That I find hard to believe. So something's got to give. Let's hope it goes our way.
Almost ready for the off. Leeds United are going to get the game underway. The Leeds United fans are in the corner of the stadium on the far side from us. On the TV gantry is on the opposite side from us as well. As the game gets underway, and what felt like a really long break without Leeds United action finally comes to its conclusion. And Leeds United with the ball out over on the far touchline as we watch. We are high up in the back row of the main stand here at the Riverside Stadium, opposite those travelling Leeds fans, and we're pretty much right on halfway. Middlesbrough put a ball up in the air and into the Leeds half. Really is very cold. The big coats are on this evening, so as close as May might be, it feels like November.
It most certainly does, but conditions, same for both. We were down by pitch side, weren't we, earlier, Brendan? The pitch is superb, great condition, and we've got a rain on it. Ball will be zipping around. That will be good for us.
Ball played out from the back by Clark to the halfway line, where the block is made by Nonto. And it goes out for a Middlesbrough throw-in. And the man who's going to take it over on that far side is left back in field to Finazaz, the Irish international. And then down the right-hand side for Middlesbrough, Isaiah Jones. Chance to put the ball in the Leeds box. He takes the opportunity. Firpo has it. Short pass away to Somerville. Somerville tries a back heel up the line to Firpo, but it goes wrong and it goes out. And it's a Middlesbrough throw. And it's thrown back to the familiar figure of the Borough skipper, Johnny Howson. 35, still going strong. Free kick awarded, I think, to Leeds United for a little roll into Firpo just outside the penalty, or has it even been given as a goal kick ultimately?
Yeah, he's just hurt himself there as well. Firpo is gingerly standing up, but just earlier, Finazzi with a great ball out to the right-hand side. You've got to be certainly wary of that. Just see a tangle of legs, wasn't it?
Maybe a little lucky to get away with that one, Junior Firpo. Two did get tangled up together, but Firpo was in some danger of losing his man there, down the edge of the penalty area. Meslier, ball out to Joe Rodon, who checks back and goes back to the goalkeeper again. Meslier to Ethan Ampadu, recipient of the Player of the Year award at the Player of the Year award ceremony earlier in the week. And just reward for his efforts for Leeds so far this season. Meslier in possession again for the away team. Back to Ampadu. Ampadu goes long. Leeds United, by the way, all in white this evening as Jorginho heads the ball on, looking for the run of Bamford. Doesn't find him. Middlesbrough pick up in midfield with Silvera. O'Brien, and then Nonto goes in to win it back for Leeds. And there's initially looked like Nonto had got away from his man there and was running towards a penalty area, but the referee pulled play back for a foul by Nonto. Middlesbrough take the quick free kick and lose possession. Leeds have it with Archie Gray, who can drive down the channel. Gray goes inside a challenge and goes down. The referee says play on because Somerville has the ball in the penalty area. Little back heel trying to lay it off there for Nonto. Clark steps in and Clark just clears into touch. That was promising for Leeds.
Certainly good closing down. Great play from Archie Gray. Trying to buy a free kick there. Referee actually does the right thing. Wasn't a free kick. That one certainly is, though.
Nonto goes down and sprawling to the floor means that Leeds have a free kick in a position just in from the far touchline. And if you can picture it, it's kind of between the edge of the penalty area and the that touchline, the byline. So it's a good position for Leeds to put a ball into the Middlesbrough penalty box for the first time this evening.
Certainly is. Luke Thomas on Gnonto. It's going to be a good battle, but that's a really poor challenge. Gnonto's already, for me, got into his head with that one.
So Somerville preparing to take the free kick for Leeds. Curled into the penalty area. Heads up from Ampadu. Comes down for Jorginho. And a half volley doesn't find its way to goal. It's cleared up to the edge of the centre circle to Archie Gray. He's in a good position there, Jorginho. Strike didn't quite match the promise of the position. And Middlesbrough were able to clear.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Not so easy, certainly. Coming out the air, trying to hit it on the volley with his right foot. I think he's a little better on his left-hand side, but here we see the cross comes in. Didn't get that one right at all.
Had a bit of a swing at it.
Yep.
Didn't make proper contact. And the ball has been cleared up into the Leeds half. Ampadu with a cushion header down to Firpo. Back to Ampadu it goes. Coming up to 5 minutes gone here. You'll hear the wind blowing across the stadium as the rain continues to swirl around inside the bowl that is the stadium. No longer really classified as a new ground, this one, is it? As we were discussing as we walked up the tunnel before proceedings began. It's been Middlesbrough's home for quite a while now. Rodon through the middle for Jorginho in the centre circle. Controls and pushes it out wide to the right side, and then it goes down the line for Nonto's run, but Clark will get there ahead of him and does well to keep the ball in play. Little just hand in the back from Archie Gray there, which is sufficient for his opponent. Luke Thomas to go down. It's a free kick for Borough.
Yeah, Byram it was, just with the hand in the ground, and didn't really need to push him, did he? Unfortunately, but it was good play initially from Rodon to try and find Jorginho at least in some space in that area. You know, he kept the ball, got it moving, so need a big game tonight from Jorginho. Needs to keep that ball well, produce the magic in the right areas of the pitch. Middlesbrough
playing out from the back. Lewis O'Brien gives the ball away to Archie Gray, who gives it to Byram. Byram holds it up on the far touchline. Now Nonto, forced back into his own half, goes down, loses out. Middlesbrough come away with the ball and possession. Played up to the edge of the penalty area, breaks in for Latte-Lat through the middle, who goes down, and then it's tucked in, and Middlesbrough take a very early lead. It was Isaiah Jones following up, and as the ball spun into his path, he could not miss from close range, and that is a very poor start for Leeds United. Borough 1, Leeds 0.
Certainly is. Really poor ball and goal to give away. So disappointing, because we looked like we were bossing it, but as soon as we give a stray pass away, Borough at us very, very quickly. And I just think it was a little deflection. So I'm sure that our defender thought he was getting there. Ampadu, you just see with that touch, sends him the wrong way. Rodon makes the last-ditch challenge, but ricochet certainly goes Borough's way, and they tuck it in. For me, there's nothing wrong with that. It's that touch there, wasn't it, from Gruev, that accidentally got the ball past. And in nips, unfortunately, Isaiah Jones to put us one down.
Yeah, it was a really unfortunate little nick that actually made it the perfect ball into the path of Latte-Lat. And even as he was held up, and he's only just got himself up under the challenge, it was Isaiah Jones who was quick off the mark, who'd followed the ball into the penalty area, and it broke into his path, and he had the easiest job in the game, just to put it in. Leeds have the start that they will have dreaded here at Middlesbrough. Home side in front. Latte-Lat is being walked off behind the goal, having not fully recovered from the challenge in the build-up to the goal. And Patrick Bamford finds himself in the position of standing over the ball in the centre circle again. Firpo. Ampadu. Obviously, Leicester and Ipswich in particular will be watching this game with great interest this evening, as the table shows Leeds currently 4 points behind Leicester, which would give them the chance to wrap up promotion against Southampton at home tomorrow evening. So Leeds have a job to do here on all fronts, just to make sure that this situation is not allowed to persist. They are trying to win the ball back in front of us, and Firpo's committed a foul on Jones, the scorer. And that will be a Middlesbrough free kick just in from the near side touchline, right in front of Daniel Farke.
Daniel Farke's protesting to the fourth official, but just have to keep a cool head now. Work our way back into the game.
I wonder if that was about the potential foul on Nonto in the build-up to that goal, the tackle. Over on the far side from where Farke watches.
I'm not sure it was exactly, but I'm sure he'll look back at that and maybe think differently. But whatever, it's gone. We just need to get back at it.
Well, Middlesbrough have the crowd behind them, and they seem to be fired up by the goal there. Just give possession away, and Leeds can try and launch a counter-attack with Bamford in the centre circle. Tackled. And a big roar of appreciation from the home supporters as Vandenberg took the ball off him. And Middlesbrough back in the Leeds United half again quickly here. Howson on the halfway line. Well tackled by Gruev. Plays a ball, well, he wanted to play into the path of Somerville, but Somerville hadn't actually made the run down the channel. So the two have a conversation over a distance there as to how that broke down. Middlesbrough get on with the game in the meantime.
Well, he looked up and he thought Somerville had made the run, but Somerville didn't make any run, really. Rather than remonstrating with each other, let's get on with it, win the ball back.
10 minutes gone, Middlesbrough 1, Leeds United 0. And the ball is back with the Middlesbrough keeper. Pretty much his first touch, isn't it, Dieng, as he plays it out to the near side, onto the chest there of Deke Steele. Man who was sent off in the game at Ellen Road. He has the throw-in on the half, midway inside the Middlesbrough half. Jorginho with a little flick, but he can't find a teammate. Middlesbrough pick up, then lose out on the halfway line. Rodon tries to deliver his ball to Somerville. He gets a second go at it. This time he's successful. Somerville will try and get the ball back himself. Players sliding into challenges. Down by the corner flag. Somerville still in pursuit and gives away a free kick, which will hand the possession back to the home team.
Good defending from Latte Lat, wasn't it? Come back and get it off Somerville. Cover his fullback. Unfortunately, we then give the foul away.
It's a Middlesbrough free kick just in from the near side touchline. Dieng has come out of his penalty area to take it. Looks forward. Box of players either side of the halfway line. That's where the ball is heading. Ampadu's header down. Out of play, Middlesbrough throw in. Carrick facing the edge of the technical area. Hands in pockets. Duke Steele will take the throw in the Leeds half. Ball played forward and out, and it's going to be a Leeds United throw in. Firpo goes to retrieve the ball. I guess even at this stage, you'd be saying cool heads required from Leeds United here. Long way to go in the game. Job to be done, of course, a goal behind.
It is, but there's so many minutes left. It is just, you know, doing exactly the same thing, just no mistakes. It looked to be offside to me, but referee assistant has said no.
Yeah, we had a good view of Somerville's position there, looked offside, but the game goes on with Jorginho getting forward for Leeds. He's into the penalty area, goes down.
That's a penalty.
Leeds!
Penalty.
Jorginho invited the challenge. Deke Steele made it, penalty Leeds.
Brilliant run, absolutely brilliant run. He does that so well because you think the defender always thinks that he can get the ball because he's favourite, but not with Jorginho, he's not. He just uses his strength, his ability, just glides across him, and then once he's in the box, just get in front and wait for that challenge. And Dyke Steele, well, he fell for it, didn't he? Good run. You can see Jorginho here getting himself in front, then just going down. As a defender, you're the wrong side, so you've got to give that position up. Dyke Steele doesn't and pays for it.
So Bamford stands with the ball in his hand on the penalty spot, and then Somerville steps forward to take the ball off him. And he places it, or will place it shortly on the spot. And Bamford retreats beyond the edge of the D. And Somerville takes his time. 3-4 steps back from the Leeds player, almost to the edge of the penalty area. Hands on hips, awaits the signal. Somerville, little stutter run, drives the ball in low and hard. Dieng had no chance. Leeds swiftly back level here. It's Borough 1, Leeds United 1.
Excellent, excellent penalty. Pressure as well. He goes up to the Borough fans as well. And that's good from Gnonto as well. Just grab him, take him away, and let's get our minds back on the job. And that's to get our noses in front. But we're back on level terms. Didn't deserve that unfortunate first goal we conceded, but very quickly we've made amends. Good penalty. Keeper goes the right way as well. Had to be bending away from him, otherwise might have got there, but enough pace, enough accuracy to end up in the back of the net.
Interestingly, we just seen footage of Daniel Farker as the penalty went in. He remained impassive on the bench, sat down, as if to say perhaps, well, listen, that's only got us back to where we were 13 minutes ago.
And there's still 75 minutes left, so lots of twists and turns yet. Let's keep going.
Jorginho on the ball again for Leeds. Bright orange boots. Plays the ball into Bamford, who's got behind. He's in the penalty area. Looks for a bit of support in there. Plays it in for Gnonto. Gnonto goes goalwards and just can't get the ball under control, and it bobbles away from him, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Wonderful, wonderful move. Jorginho, great vision. And this time does really well. Finds Bamford. Gnonto couldn't quite get that half a yard, could he, to get his shot away. He was trying for the challenge or half a yard. In the end, Borough did enough.
Back with the goalkeeper, Dieng. Played it out to Clark on the edge of the box. Keeper recipient from a pass again. Middlesbrough still playing around in the penalty area. Bamford was in there buzzing around. He's kind of given up on it now. So Middlesbrough now can evacuate from that penalty area and get a ball up to the edge of the centre circle. And Azaz plays it through the middle for O'Brien. Holds off the challenge, goes out wide. And then the ball is kept in play and played down the line by Thomas. Cleared forward by Byram. Out of play on that far side for a Middlesbrough throw-in.
And the rain still comes down. Now we're all back to 1-1 again.
But Middlesbrough are attacking down the left side of the penalty area. Ball into the middle. Heads up from Ampadu. And then the foul is given against Latilat, was it? Or
no,
Jones,
yep.
Who went up with Ampadu.
And I actually thought it was just a fair challenge in that both going for the ball. Ampadu did well, got there first, but Jones just kept going. Ampadu might have a bit of a black eye there, but brave defending.
Yeah, whack in the eye, I think, for Ethan Ampadu.
There we can see cross just coming in. It's actually as Ampadu's headed away, his follow through with his head has collided with the shoulder of Jones.
Game back underway. Meslier in possession in the penalty area. Meslier to Ampadu. Needs help by Ethan Ampadu, or does he? He's going all alone into Jorginho. Now Gray, onside down the left for Leeds. Gray in field. Gives it back to Somerville. Somerville on to Firpo. Firpo will curl a good ball into the middle. Yeah! It's there from Bamford. Woo! Patrick Bamford steals in ahead of Dieng, and he bundles the ball home from close range. Brilliant cross in from Firpo, caused chaos, and Bamford capitalised. What a turnaround. Borough 1, Leeds United 2.
This is just like Ellen Road, but a bit elongated. I tell you what a great ball that was. Dieng caught in no man's land, but really the keeper makes a bad mistake there. Should just come out and collect everything, the ball and Bamford. Instead, he doesn't, and Bamford just gets something on it, runs into the ball. Here you can see, there's no doubt that Firpo is onside. It's Clark playing him on, the number 5, and as the ball comes in, it's very close. To me, that is just onside. Keeper, it's a bad mistake from the keeper, but Bamford does really well just to keep his run going, let it hit him somehow, some way, and it does, ends up in the back of the net. Bryn, we're ahead. Still plenty of minutes to go.
Oh, goodness me.
It can't keep going on like this, mate. This is not good.
Well, I'm pretty sure we said something very similar at Ellen Road, did we not?
I think we did.
Given that was in 8 minutes, and here we've had a whopping great 17 and a half minutes.
I think in Australia now it's between like 4 and 5:30 in the morning. I do believe now you're all very awake.
I suspect you may be right. So it's been all action. Patrick Bamford against his old club. Enjoyed that goal. Enjoyed it, I'm sure, more for the reasons of it being an important one for Leeds United. And our host broadcasters are helpfully throwing up league tables throughout the course of their coverage of the game.
I think earlier in the move as well that the Borough fans were wanting offside, but Clark again, he was also playing them all onside in the previous move. So what they don't realise on this side is their centre-half on the far side is playing them on.
Ball through the middle. Jones is offside. That won't endear the assistant near side to the home supporters. Long ball through the middle. Jones the wrong side of Ampadu. Free kick for Leeds just outside the... Well, it's a bit further out than I was anticipating out of the penalty area there. Not quite sure it's that far forward, but nobody seems too bothered. Ampadu takes it square anyway. To Rodon. To Nonto. Infield to Byram. Puts it over the top for Nonto's forward run. Clark is across to cover and it goes out anyway. So that will be a Middlesbrough throw-in. Midway inside the Borough half. And Thomas ready to throw either down the line or infield. Infield gives it away. Straight to the head of Gruev. Now Somerville. Somerville doesn't find a teammate. Poor pass that from the score of the first goal. Given away. Middlesbrough come forward with Jones down the right side. Comes infield. Goes back out wide again. Gives the ball to Dijksteel. And then gets the ball on this right-hand side. Almost level with the edge of the Leeds box to Dijksteel. And then he goes a little further back to Howson. Howson, nice ball through the gap. Cleared by a challenge on the edge of the area. And then another challenge from Howson flies in, and then Ampadu goes down, and the play goes on. And Middlesbrough can cross into the penalty area. And where Rodon comes to hammer it clear. Bamford underneath it, gets to it. And if he could play the right ball, just about keeps it in play. No, doesn't keep it in play. Another challenge. Goes in hard there by on Gray. By Finn Azaz, and he's left the Leeds player on the ground. That was after the referee had seen the ball go out of play for a throw-in. But that was quite the crunch and tackle.
It was. It certainly was. Azaz, a poor challenge. If he hasn't kind of twisted his back there, Archie. With Bamford trying to keep it in. Archie does get the ball first, and then it's absolutely collected by Azaz.
Well, it's not a good tackle, though,
no, not at all. Surprised there wasn't a bit more. It's a finger wagging, and that's about it. And just earlier in the move as well, Ampadu, threw himself to the ground trying to win the free kick. It certainly wasn't a free kick, so got to be careful there. He had nothing on, and he's trying to just win a free kick. But referee, rightly, doesn't give anything, so got to make sure we don't try and win those sorts of free kicks, because the referee's not having it.
Well, lots of other directives may have gone by the wayside, but that one about allowing more challenges to go unpunished this season, I think we've probably still got semblance of that taking place. As Middlesbrough move the ball down their left-hand side in the Leeds half. Holding possession in that half now with Howson. Into the middle it goes to Lattilat. Finds space for himself with a drop of the shoulder. Little ball laid off. Hoping for the return there, but it's Silvera, and now it's Howson. All in the Leeds half. O'Brien, and then it's played to Silvera. Silvera tucks it wide right. It comes out just outside the penalty area to Jones. Helps the ball on. Azaz. Firpo's back defending by the corner flag. Azaz has it. Plays it back into Dijksteel, and then Middlesbrough have the ball in the middle of the Leeds half with O'Brien. Now Vandenberg. And then Clark, everyone forward for Middlesbrough here, well forward as well. Leeds just behind the ball as Middlesbrough move it left to right. Into the middle again it comes to Silvera, headed away from the edge of the box by Gray. As the ball goes forward, there's only Middlesbrough red shirts there waiting. Clark to the left side, back into his own half. Clark picks it up again. And now O'Brien. Jorginho goes to put pressure on, does well actually. Jorginho just steps in, knocks the ball away from Clark, and out it goes for a throw.
First time that Middlesbrough really have got plenty of possession. They used it well, left to right, right to left, trying to find any sort of holes they can get through, but we've stood firm, defended well.
Middlesbrough in possession once more with Clark. Just pushes the ball into the path of O'Brien in the centre circle. O'Brien looks for the runner out wide. Dijksteel has it. Crossed into the penalty area. Good-looking ball. Had to be cleared away by Ampadu, and out over this near side touchline for a Middlesbrough. It's a corner kick, isn't it?
It is. You've got to be careful there. Dijksteel here and Isaiah Jones on this right-hand side as well, taking up some good positions. Got to be clear who's picking who up. Ampadu actually read the danger well and got across.
Azaz has come over to the near side to take the corner kick for Middlesbrough. Movement in the penalty area is short and comes to him, and it's O'Brien who just plays it out to Howson, who's outside the area by 10 or 15 yards, plays it through a gap. Azaz back to O'Brien on the edge of the area, shoots goalwards, curls in, needs someone to get in and take control. Lattilat can't get under the ball, but then as it rolls away from him, it's come off Archie Gray, and it's a corner kick, Middlesbrough again.
Actually, it's a great corner kick from Borough. Knocking it around in triangles there. I just thought they might have overplayed slightly, but they kept finding space on the edge of the box, didn't quite make best use of it.
So Middlesbrough swiftly able to contemplate launching another ball into the Leeds United penalty area. Azaz on duty again. Swings this one in under the crossbar, literally right under the crossbar, and Meslier fingertips just pushes it up and over, because that was swinging in.
Certainly was. And whether it's going to hit the bar or not, you've got to deal with it. That's exactly what Meslier did.
So over the top and out, and another corner kick to Middlesbrough. Same place. Azaz over in front of the Leeds fans. Again, in swinger under the bar. Meslier punches this one. Back it goes to Azaz. Deliver it back into the box again. Heads up. No, Bamford clears away, volleys away, and manages to find Jorginho. Jorginho loses out to Azaz, who's stronger in the challenge. And there's space for Silvera into the edge of the penalty area. Can't get his cross in because Ampadu slides in ahead of him and makes the challenge. And Leeds have to be alert to a quick corner kick here, as the defenders in the penalty area are quick to point out.
It was Rodon with an excellent challenge, but short free kick. Got to wake up.
Corner is taken short and out to that far side of the area, where Azaz has it. Plays a attempted cross in, blocked by Byram. Comes out for Clark. All the pressure still on Leeds here. O'Brien, edge of the penalty area, straight to Bamford. Controls, passes it to Gruev. Gruev out to this near side to Firpo. First time Leeds have been able to put a couple of passes together for a couple of minutes here. And Ampadu has the ball, and he plays it across the back to Rodon.
Certainly is, and now's the time to get your foot on it and just move it around like this. Get back into our starting positions. Oh, that's a foul. What is that? Silly challenge.
Gruev dragged down by Latelat there, arm around his shoulder. And so Leeds have a free kick just inside the Leeds half. Ampadu, slow walk to go and retrieve it, and then a rugby-style pass to re-spot it.
Daniel Farker just issuing instructions there to Archie Gray.
Meslier, well out of his penalty area. Now to Ampadu. He goes over the top for the run of Gray down the channel. It's not going to get to this one. Dieng's come out to marshal it out and behind. And Archie Gray on the running track has to get himself back into midfield. Middlesbrough quickly have got the game underway here. In fact, Gray goes to put pressure on Howson just outside the Middlesbrough penalty area.
That one there, Archie Gray is just running. Vandenberg has just pushed him in the back, nowhere near the ball. And anywhere else, that's a free kick. But for some reason, when it's running out like that, you can do a lot more. Referee gives nothing.
Borough in possession with Clark. Under pressure from Bamford, goes back to Dieng. And the goalkeeper out to Vandenberg, Dutch player. He goes short to Howson. Johnny Howson, Morley boy, 35 years old now, and still running things in that midfield for Middlesbrough. Clark from the back, plays it out wide to this right side. Nonto can't get his head to it, but does get it on the ground, gets it away from Dijksteel. Into Gray. Gray to Bamford. Bamford held up, spins, and ends up earning Leeds United a throw in front of Michael Carrick.
Well, he got it, he lost it, he got it back again. Just got to be strong in certainly those positions, but good play from Gnonto. This time he's come to this left-hand side, and Somerville gone to the far side on the right.
Firpo's throw, gets the return off Jorginho and back. Jorginho looking to get it to Bamford. Looked like he was fouled there, Patrick Bamford. Referee sees it differently. Leeds win the ball back. Gruev switches play to Somerville, who's operating down the right at the moment. Good footwork. Plays it out wide, right side to Byram. Byram will move back towards and into his own half to Rodon, where possession is safer. And now Meslier. And now Ampadu. Short ball to Firpo, back to Ampadu again. Ampadu back to Meslier on the edge of the penalty area. First touch just a tad heavy there from Meslier, and then Rodon's pass was actually intercepted by Silvera, but at no cost because it came off Silvera and out for a throw-in.
Yeah, good closing down by Silvera. I'm trying to move it quickly, but Borough and Silvera in particular there could see that one coming.
We've got a possession stat for the last 10 minutes, and it shows Middlesbrough at 81%, which shows also how they've been moving the ball around in that Leeds half. Leeds struggling to get on the ball, and they are again here. Azaz has it, plays it to the edge of the penalty area. Latelat looking for space for the shot, still looking for it, shoots and scores! Puts the ball beyond the dive of Meslier. Well, he took his time, but he used that time to really good effect. And this game is all square again. It's Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 2.
That is a strike of a centre forward in form. Plenty of confidence. Just stops, shifts the ball, stops, shifts the ball. But the finish is superb. But disappointing once again from our point of view. Maybe I'm sure, I think he could have done a little better, but trying to hold him up, keep him outside the box. But Georgie, in these positions, got to do better. Got to do better. And he's got away with losing the ball in bad positions before, but not this time. as you think, Ilan Melia should save that as well. It's not in the corner, but it is hit extremely well. He's going across, does get a palm to it. Needs to be stronger. It's that little stop and go. Just rips it back the other way. Good strike. Poor goal to give away.
Well, a couple of the Leeds players went to have words with Jorginho at the end of all of that. His head was down. He knew that the possession concession had been crucial in the build-up to that equaliser. And so maybe the words were not angry but conciliatory. He's got to get on with it. Leeds have got to get on with it. Leeds are coming forward with Bamford. Now Byram. Leeds side that didn't concede goals, all of a sudden is conceding goals.
It is unfortunate, but from the turn of the year, I think we conceded 9 less than anyone else. Okay, now it could be 7 less, but we're still way ahead of everyone. Points as well scored this new year. We're on top of that. But of course, it is the last 4 or 5 games, isn't it, where things have started to unravel slightly.
So we are where we were 32 minutes ago. Two teams are level. Jorginho, halfway line. Spins well, good work. Carries the ball forward for Leeds. Runner out wide is Byram. Byram can cross into the penalty area. Actually dips out to the penalty area and it's cleared away. And so Middlesbrough have the chance to start a counter-attack. Silvera down the left for Middlesbrough. Space and time. Moves forward. Infield and then out to Azaz, also in space outside the penalty area. He shoots, it's blocked. And it's whacked clear by Ampadu and picked up by Bamford, but he gives the ball away. Silvera, great challenge by Jorginho to win it back. And then the free kick is awarded. And it's a Leeds ball, and it's a chance to get the ball clear.
Wow, this is an end-to-end game for the neutral. Really enjoyable to watch, but for both managers, I'm sure, not so. Just got to make sure we don't give it away in bad areas, and there, just when you think we've got a chance to counter, we give it away.
Yeah, it's a game that is swinging from, well, not quite from end to end. Borough have had much more of the play since Leeds got that second goal. And the pressure told. And Leeds are having to try and re-establish themselves on the platform in this game. They've given the ball away again. Silvera intercepted as it comes forward by Rodon. Has to come in again. Gives it to Gray. So open. Gray out to this left side to Somerville. Somerville, man in front of him. 2 in front of him. Takes them on. Going down the touchline. Still with the ball at his feet. Ends up with a throw-in. He picks the ball up and takes it himself. Back it goes to Firpo. Gray. Now Firpo on the left. Over the top it goes for Nonto, who's offside. And the flag is raised over on the far touchline as Nonto made his run off the defender there. And the Middlesbrough fans feel that maybe that's the first one they've had.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the timing right there. And Archie's first touch as well, at that time was just, a long way back. He could have turned and gone forward with the ball, but you could see runs a good yard offside, Nonto.
Dieng across the penalty area to Clark, now Howson. 10 minutes to go till half-time. O'Brien through the middle, so open in that midfield.
It is, because Azaz is doing well. He's running up, and he's running into places where others feel they've got to pick him up. That just takes him away from their man. Good move from Borough.
Wins the ball well for Leeds. Gets it out wide to Nonto, who can set off infield, and he's brought down, and that's a pretty cynical foul. It'll be the yellow card, no question about that. Nonto came inside his man well, was dragged down, and on his way towards the penalty area. And it's Latilat who is yellow carded.
Well, he's had 3 or 4 challenges, been really poor, Latilat. And he's obviously scored a heck of a goal, but just because you're a forward, you can't keep coming back and doing things like that.
So Leeds with a chance to put the ball into the Middlesbrough penalty area. Gruev and Somerville stand over it. There's a one-man wall, Jones, between the free kick position and the edge of the penalty area. Jones turns his back on the free kick and then looks towards Gruev. Or will it be Somerville? Line of white shirts matched up by a line of red shirts just inside the penalty area. Somerville leaves it. Gruev curls it in goalwards. Dieng punches clear. Comes quite a way out the penalty area before Gnonto picks it up. Gnonto down the left, plays it on to Firpo. Firpo to cut the ball into the middle. Bamford controls but can't keep that control. And the ball bounces off him and it ends up all the way back in the Leeds half with Meslier.
When you say control, I'm not quite sure that was anything ever under control. But at least we're getting in behind, trying to get the balls into our strikers.
Somerville working down the right-hand side for Leeds now. He's pretty much level with the edge of the Borough box. He gets a throw in off Thomas. So Byram goes over to take on that job. Somerville leaving the ball to him, offers himself short. Byram gives it to him. Somerville may come back from that position to make sure that he's found a teammate, Rodon, Ampadu. And now across the back for Firpo, closed down, so he has to go back to Meslier. Leeds were in an advanced position there, and they've ended up on the edge of the D, on their own penalty area, from where Meslier thought about clearing long, and then goes short to Rodon, who goes wide right side to Byram. Byram down the line, good ball to, well, it looked like a good ball. It just curved out of play on its way into the path of Somerville there for a Middlesbrough throw.
That was disappointing because the first time we managed to easily bypass the press, and then just the ball down the line to Somerville would have had him in.
So Borough throw in from the halfway line. Back he goes to Clark. Big centre half, just puts it up in the air. Actually, it bounces on the far touchline. It has gone out again. Same thing, basically. It's curved out of play. Come back in again. Ampadu for Leeds United. Infield to Gruev. Back to Ampadu, as in quickly, so he goes back to Meslier. Meslier short ball to Rodon. And wide it goes to Byram. Back to Rodon again. Meslier in the D for Leeds. Thought about going wide, I think, to Firpo. Thinks again. Spots a run down the right side, so it's an ambitious ball from the keeper. Overly ambitious as it turned out, because it's cleared back to Dieng. And he goes back into the Leeds half, where Rodon wins a towering header on the halfway line. Gray does well. Now then, Somerville on to Gray. Gray going through the middle, still going through the middle. Somerville in the D. Just controls, plays it into Gnonto!
Get in!
What a goal that is!
Get in!
That's a magnificent goal from Leeds. The build-up superb. Gray played a part, Somerville played a part, and Gnonto wrapped it up with a great finish. What a game we have here. Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 3.
That's a wonderful goal. Wonderful goal. And Archie Gray, absolutely brilliant as well. Just at one point, I thought he played the wrong ball into Somerville, but Somerville still managed to get it out of his feet and have the awareness and, of course, the vision and ability to stick Gnonto in. Really good play there from Archie. An excellent 1-2, gets it back. And where's his options here? Just puts it behind Somerville. But once again, oh, to me, it looks a little offside. But I'm going it's onside. I'm good with that. What a good finish it was from Gnonto.
Yeah.
Well, one goes our way, Bryn.
Yeah,
come on.
Exactly.
Come on. Handball last game. We got absolutely nothing. 2 handballs, no penalties.
Yeah. It's
got
fair.
a bit of give and take. This is
our
our
take. It's always said that these things even out, isn't it? You know, VAR has removed that element from football at the top level. But on that occasion, maybe Leeds got one. And Gnonto was, well, he wasn't hanging around, was he? He wasn't going to wait. He just made sure he did his job. And he did that with some style. Great finish from Gnonto. This has been a ridiculous first half.
It really has. Oh, we are through 2 up, aren't we? Yeah, OK. Still plenty
for the moment.
Minutes to go. Yeah, you're right.
Jorginho loses out on the halfway line. And it comes out to this right side to Jones. Puts it straight to the shins of Firpo. Firpo tempted to make a foul challenge there, but actually resists the temptation and ends up with a throw-in instead.
Oh, I don't know about resisting the temptation. I think he just didn't quite get hold of Jones. Otherwise, it would have been. But really, really good play there, wasn't it, from Archie initially. Somerville saw the run, and yes, it was offside, but this one goes our way.
Leeds throw. Down the line, beyond Bamford. Jorginho tries to tuck it into Bamford, but it's won by Howson instead. Howson then to Silvera, loses it to Gnonto. Gnonto moving through the middle for Leeds United. And Bamford's onside, and he's in! And the keeper makes a brilliant save. And then Jorginho cannot quite follow up. And Patrick Bamford then had the chance suddenly to double Leeds' advantage.
It's a great chance. It really is. 4-2, well, that would look very different indeed. Gnonto does brilliantly well to nick the ball. This one is onside. And he's on his favoured left foot as well. Telegraphed it a little bit too much, didn't he? Could he have then whipped it to that near post? Possibly so. It was a good save by Dieng.
Ends up as a corner kick for Leeds inside the final 5 minutes of this first half. A thrilling, pulsating, amazing first 45, well, first 42 thus far. Leeds have Somerville putting the ball into the penalty area. Oh, Clark did well heading it there because Rodon was arriving with menace. But suddenly Leeds have got to get back, and they're slow to do that. Rodon has read the situation brilliantly. Brilliant defending from Joe Rodon. He was the furthest away when that started off from the ball, and he's the one who actually is the first to get back to stop the counter-attack and win a free kick.
Nothing slow about that, Bryn. Nothing slow about that. That is brilliant sprinting and defending from Joe Rodon. Borough player was no doubt the favourite, but Rodon just stretched his legs and got there first. Really good play.
Ball played into the Middlesbrough half, slipped from Dijksteel. So Bamford, well, he was going to get to it, and then the defender recovered and put the ball into touch instead, just as Bamford was shaping to pass to Somerville.
I think that ball from Byram, and if it's going long, it's got to go long, not just up in the air and to anyone. Got to give Bamford, if he makes that run over the top, a chance to get it in behind.
Meslier to Rodon. Back it comes to Ampadu. And now Meslier. Meslier short pass square, gets the ball back off Rodon. This will have to go long, will it? Yeah, it will. Options were limited there. Bamford battling away in the midfield. Defender gets there first. Van den Berg. Now Jones. Ampadu's got to get a cross in front of him, which he does. Tucks it back to Meslier. He couldn't hang around, getting the ball forward. Jorginho on the halfway line. Comes straight to Bamford. Turns well. And now plays it into the path of Somerville. Somerville into the penalty area. On his right foot. Still going. Oh, it's just nicked away from him. Crucial moment. Gnonto was to his left and Bamford was to his right, and as he hesitated, the ball was taken off him. Leeds have it back. No foul against Firpo, so Leeds can come forward with Jorginho through the middle. Well up in that Middlesbrough half. Jorginho takes an age over his decision and then gives it away, and then Howson scuffs it back to O'Brien. This is a crazy, crazy game.
Just move it quicker. Options here, there and everywhere. And Somerville, I thought at one moment it was going to go to Bamford on the right, which he was in plenty of space at one point, but just can't quite find that right pass. And Jorginho just dilly-dallies on the ball and loses it.
Middlesbrough come themselves now with Silvera down the left-hand side. He's quickly up to the edge of the penalty area. Still looking to shoot. Low drive. Meslier gets down quickly and holds on to the ball because it skipped up just in front of him there. So holding on was important.
Well, it seemed another little deflection as well from somewhere, just the way that the ball, you're right, kind of shot up. It was an odd one if it went straight. Just watching the replay again, maybe Byram got a little nick on it, but good save in the end. This is a crazy game, Bryn.
Meslier holds on to it as long as he can in the final minute of the first 45. Just puts his foot through it. Gnonto gets it off Dijksteel. Plays it to Gruev. Does well there, Gnonto. Now Byram leads right. Back into his own half to Rodon. Ampadu. If the board goes up and there's considerable time on it, it'll be for all the goal stoppages. Ball stays in play off Firpo's attempted clearance there, and Azaz has a throw in as the board goes up. 6 added minutes, goodness me. Wow. It goes from the sublime to the ridiculous with this added time thing, doesn't it?
It has been 5 goals, I suppose, but just got to make sure we go to the break with our noses in front.
Yeah, this is a big period of the game for Leeds. Middlesbrough with the possession in the Leeds half. Clark goes out wide and gets the return ball in his own half this time. Somerville trying to put pressure on up there. Vandenberg has plenty of space to operate in. Comes to Azaz, who's dropped into the Borough half to get the ball on the halfway line now. Back it goes to Vandenberg. Played through the middle for Silvera. Does well, running field. And now he's brought Jones into it, just outside the area, into the area. Deaksdale down this near side. Great block by Firpo, and the ball goes out for a throw-in by the corner flag.
Excellent block. That's what you want. Determination to make sure that cross does not go in. He was 2-on-1, but did well.
Another to block here, perhaps. Azaz has it. Just outside the area, still has it. Bamford goes to close him down. Oh, it's a poor challenge from Patrick Bamford. It'll be yellow carded. He actually slipped, didn't he, Patrick Bamford, as he was going in, which probably made it look worse than it was. He lost his footing and he went straight through the back of Azaz. And now Middlesbrough have a promising free kick position 10 yards outside the Leeds penalty area.
He did. He kind of sprinted off after Azaz, and then with that slip, it looked pretty awkward, didn't it? Oh, actually trod on the back of his heel and foot. Oh, that's a bad one. Ouch. Fortunately, Azaz is okay.
Well, he's up and he's ready to take the free kick that results, and the Middlesbrough player will fancy his chances perhaps here. The Leeds wall is back in the penalty area. And we had nearly 2 of the added 6 minutes here, but plenty of time for Middlesbrough for this big set-piece opportunity they've been presented with. Jones stands to the right of Azaz. He runs up to the ball, chips it to the far post where the head's up and it's cleared. Well, not completely, but Nonto completes the job now. Puts it into touch midway inside the Leeds half over on the far side. And the option to put it up to that far post from a Leeds perspective turned out to be a good one. Middlesbrough in possession in the Leeds half once more. O'Brien. Short ball to Vandenberg. Out wide to Jones on this right side. The winger comes in from the touchline. Checks back to Vandenberg. Goes across the middle to Clark. Again, Clark. Just a long diagonal. Firpo underneath it, can't get to it. Jones gets there, plays it for Azaz into the penalty area. And this time the block comes in from Ethan Ampadu to force the ball behind, because Azaz was causing chaos in the penalty area there.
Certainly was. Good ball to this right-hand side as well. Firpo just gets caught underneath it, then in between 2 players. In the end, Ampadu tidies up.
So Azaz with the corner kick into the near post. Firpo heads it only as far as O'Brien. He'll shoot. Hits Rodon on the back. Spins out to the far side of the penalty area. And Nonto goes in to try and win it back for Leeds. And then it's a throw-in for Middlesbrough. Level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. And the added 6 minutes here are a nervy watch for those just over the shoulder of the throw-in taker and for us up here at the back of the main stand. O'Brien. In it goes to Silvera. Shoots! And it swings wide. And it's a moment of respite for Leeds United as that one goes for a goal kick.
Certainly is, but there's no doubt that the midfield and tucked in behind Latte Lat, those players, their rotation, their movement, they're finding space and they pass it well. Silvera is the latest recipient of a ball in a bit of space. Fortunately, slices across it, doesn't he? And doesn't do very well with it at all, but they're causing us 1 or 2 problems in there.
So, a couple of minutes to go. And Meslier has eked as much time as he possibly could out of that goal kick situation, as he still hasn't taken it. Now he has. Long it goes, straight into touch over on the far side. Middlesbrough will be in a hurry to get on with things here. Move too far forward with a throw-in. That helps waste a couple of extra seconds. Thomas has it back and gives it to Clark. Clark gives it to Vandenberg. Vandenberg moves it forward towards the halfway line. Runner down the right. Firpo's come across to cover. Head of Deaksdale. Plays a loose ball forward. Vandenberg gets it back again, and Howson beyond Bamford. And then Vandenberg. And then O'Brien. Middlesbrough playing in little squares in their own half, and now they've pushed it forward down the left-hand side to Thomas, who's got the ball back into Silvera. Silvera, 10 yards outside the penalty area, turns back and goes short to O'Brien. Last 30 seconds. O'Brien again has to go back to Howson. And then Silvera. And Silvera, short ball left. Gets the return pass. Good block made by Gruev, but it starts again with Howson. Howson into O'Brien. O'Brien can look forward and then play the ball out wide to this right side to Jones. Controls. Infield it goes to Dijksteel. Comes back to Van den Berg. Last 10 seconds. Jones into O'Brien. And then back to Van den Berg. It's gone behind him. Jorginho's going to get there. And Van den Berg recovers the situation well. The Leeds man got ahead of him. And now then, what's the referee given here? Has he given a free kick, or is that the end of it? Yeah, that's the end of the first half. Wow. Well, slightly strange finish to it as Jorginho is left on the floor by the challenge from Van den Berg. But in the meantime, the referee puts the whistle to his lips and brings an end to a quite incredible first half of football here. It's gone this way and that way. And at the end of it all, the one thing we can say simply is that Leeds United are in front by 3-2.
Yes, we can. My goodness, we've got 15 minutes. Everyone keep listening and watching, but I suggest having a lie down, because I tell you what a first 45 minutes that was. And after going 1-0 down so early, I think the response has been tremendous. 3-2 up, but it still could be anything. Anything can happen. We've got our noses in front, but can we get back to being that mean defence? Keeping a clean sheet in the second half will get us those 3 points, but at the moment, doesn't look like that way. However, looks like we can score 1 or 2 more, but all still to play for. Jorginho, good news, he's up, he's okay, and we need him for the second half.
Yeah, he's walking somewhat gingerly towards the near side touchline, but Jorginho back on his feet, heads towards the tunnel. His teammates have beaten him to it. The half-time scoreline here, as we all head off for a little lie down. Here's Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 3. Welcome back. Second half is seconds old, and some concern at half-time that maybe Jorginho wouldn't be emerging for this second period, but he's back out there for Leeds, and the game is back underway. And Middlesbrough it is who have possession, and they work it out to Van den Berg. No changes either side in the interval. Not a big surprise from Middlesbrough's perspective. A very inexperienced bench they've got here tonight, as Carrick has thrown some of the younger players in from the academy group to join the first team group, who may see some action. For the time being, it's a side that's acquitted themselves pretty well in the first half, that's continuing with the game here for Middlesbrough, including the veteran Howson. Ball to O'Brien. Now Howson out to the Middlesbrough left. O'Brien has it through the middle again. Leeds step off. Latila turning this way and that. Finds space for himself. Closed down by Byram. He then makes a block, and the ball comes out of play for a Middlesbrough throw-in. Silvera, pursued by Gray, goes back into his own half to Clark. And Matt Clark out to this left side to Howson. Skipper carries the ball, gives it out wide to Thomas to cross into the penalty area. Rodon heads it away as far as Howson again. Up to the edge of the area to Silvera, looking to shape for a shot perhaps. He instead goes back to Howson as he's closed down. Return ball off Howson. Now Thomas. Back it goes to the captain. Into the middle, onto the edge of the centre circle to Van den Berg. Clark. And not again a sniff of the ball here. Howson. Silvera. Silvera infield, then stops and goes back to Howson. Howson back into Clark, who's back just inside that Middlesbrough half. And he goes to the left side where he senses there's space, and there is space. Touch is poor though when it came down for Dijksteel there, and he completely miscontrolled, and Leeds were more than happy that he did that, because he'd found himself a pocket of space down the far touchline. He couldn't keep the ball in play, and it's a Leeds throw.
Well, we haven't touched it for a couple of minutes. Borough really are knocking it around well, but at least it's more in front of us. I just wonder, are we going to push on at the right time, or are we going to let them play and just play in front of us, so they might have more possession but get them on the counter? We'll see what happens. And whether Daniel Farke's half-time team talk does the trick.
Bit of an all-or-nothing side here, Middlesbrough at home. They've won 9 and lost 8. And this game could yet go either, well, anyway, frankly, from this position. Middlesbrough in the Leeds half once more. O'Brien plays a square ball to Azaz. Goes wide. And then it's pushed back to the halfway line to Vandenberg. Still Middlesbrough dominating possession with O'Brien. Gives it to Ratilat. Now on this near side, Bagara goes back in, Silvera rather, goes back into Thomas, and then Clark.
Certainly looks to me that we're going to let them play, in front of us, not come charging out and offer space in between the lines.
Leeds have had it done to them plenty this season. Maybe trying to initiate something themselves along the similar lines here. Latilat, though, makes space for Middlesbrough. Azaz, good challenge by Ampadu, but Middlesbrough pick up the second ball with Dijksteel. Slips and miscontrols, but Lat is on hand to pick it up from him. Just 10 yards outside the area, gives it away. Nonto intercepts to good effect for Leeds, who look for the spring in the counter-attack here. Long ball played forward by Ampadu. Nonto's not going to get there. It bounces in front of him and it bounces out. But for the first time in a long time, Leeds find themselves, briefly at least, in the Middlesbrough half.
Yeah, not for very long, though, because I think we're going to drop back and retreat and allow them to have it in these sorts of areas.
50 minutes gone. And that's Silvera. And now Azaz goes out wide to the right-hand side. Jones up to the edge of the penalty area. A little step over. Still going. Trying to get the ball back into the middle. He slips. And that's, well, it's allowed the ball apparently to come off Firpo, who argues that it went nowhere near him. And it's given us a corner kick.
There's no doubt that he does seem to slip. Did he kick it against himself, or did he kick it against Firpo? Let's have a look from this angle.
Yeah, it just comes off the toes, I think, of Firpo, doesn't it, as it went up
at the
in
top
the air.
of his head, maybe just as well.
Corner into the penalty area, headed away by Byram. Drops out for O'Brien, back into the mix. Headed down for Vandenberg. Cuts it back to the edge of the area. Cleared in and cleared away, but not very well. Rodon gives it straight back to O'Brien. Middlesbrough come again. O'Brien up to the edge of the box. Interception by Ampadu. Leeds look to get away with Byram now. To Nonto. Nonto trying to get the ball back into Byram. Dijksteel gets it away from him. Leeds have been able to send a few white shirts up into the Borough half briefly here, before Clark has the ball back again for the home team. Now Vandenberg playing off his shoulder.
Almost got them on the counter, but Borough just about shuts up the avenues going forward well.
Daniel Farke stands on the edge of the technical area and turns and spreads his arms wide. I think just to illustrate the point that Tony's made here in terms of what Leeds have been sent out to do in this second half.
Yeah, they're not going to individually, go and push the ball and open those spaces up. Okay, Borough are knocking it around well, have the ball, have it where it isn't going to hurt us.
It'll be a long half from that perspective.
Well, it will, but on the counter, that's what we're good at as well. So if we can use that, better and well, we can get another goal. Lots of ways to play football. We know that, not all about possession. We've come unstuck ourselves with that this season.
Middlesbrough still short balls passing in their own half. Clark, as Bamford goes into pressure. So does Nonto. And then O'Brien comes away, but foul is given away by Patrick Bamford. Middlesbrough free kick just inside the Leeds half. Azaz is over the ball. Bamford steps away from it. Middlesbrough take it quickly and short. Howson in the centre circle. Vandenberg through the middle for Azaz. Good challenge by Jorginho from behind, but fair. Ampadu plays it long ball over the top. Somerville, can he get in behind here? Clark comes across, reads it well, just nips it away from Somerville, and then controls and steers it back to a teammate, Vandenberg, and gets applause. And O'Brien in the middle of the Middlesbrough half. Now Silvera, good challenge by Byram.
Yeah, first touch, it was not good. Get in there, make a challenge, exactly what Byram did.
So Middlesbrough have the ball once more with Clark walking it up to the halfway line, and O'Brien in the centre circle. Goes out diagonally right to Azaz. Now Jones. O'Brien's continued his run. He's put the ball into the middle, and Meslier was caught in two minds perhaps there, and ultimately elected just to tip the ball over the crossbar as it threatened to drop in over him, and anything could have happened behind.
Does the right thing to get it over the bar, but wonderful running from Lewis O'Brien. Started that just about in his own half and then just ran past quite a few players.
There's a suspicion that might have even dropped in when Meslier dealt with it. Corner kick comes in again, headed well away by Byram, but it only comes as far as Jones, the last man back for Borough. And then Firpo, oh, what a shame. Rather Jorginho it was who raced out to make the challenge on Azaz, and he actually got the ball off Azaz, but it rolled off Jorginho and out of play just as he was shaping to charge forward. But Middlesbrough end up with a throw-in. Again, moving it around right to left in the centre circle. O'Brien. Thomas. Silvera. Rodon with a challenge. Nonto to Gray. Goes back to Meslier. Meslier, long ball, but easy for Van den Berg in the centre circle to get possession from Middlesbrough again here. Now Clark. Clark spreads it wide to the far side of the penalty area. Azaz takes it down on his chest. Azaz skips inside, puts the ball up in the air. Lat underneath it. But so in there was Byram. Leeds get it out the penalty area. O'Brien picks it up again. And it's Middlesbrough once more in possession with Thomas. Now O'Brien plays the ball back to Silvera. Behind Thomas, so he goes back, but still Middlesbrough. On the edge of the centre circle with Van den Berg. Short ball to Dijksteel, rather, and he then goes back into his own half. But Dieng's miles out the penalty area. That's how comfortable he feels at the moment, the Middlesbrough keeper, standing midpoint of the Middlesbrough half, where he gets the ball once more here. The keeper even takes a touch as Bamford tries to close him down. Then he puts a long ball over the top, which Meslier will come too long, as it turned out. Meslier gathers the ball into his body and then bounces it and walks up somewhere closer to the edge of the penalty area. Shapes to roll it out to his left to Ampadu.
Well, we haven't had much possession. When we have got it, haven't done very well with it. Lewis O'Brien, I must say, is dictating this game.
Meslier gets caught there by Lat, and he just held on to it a moment too long. And the Middlesbrough number 9 got the ball off him, but it spun off him and it went behind for a goal kick.
He's sharp. He is sharp, Lat. But Meslier should know that, not take chances. Just takes way too long.
We can really do without that. Rodon out to this near side, and Byram puts it up the line. Nonto's gone out of play. Middlesbrough throw in. Lat. Back to O'Brien. Into the centre circle. Clark has it for Middlesbrough. And now it's Van den Berg into Howson. Closed down. Given straight to Somerville. And then Jorginho goes over, but gets back up and then goes over and gets a free kick. Great work by Jorginho ultimately there. Looked like it was a lost cause once more, but he draws the foul, and that's Leeds with a very rare moment where they can just put a foot on the ball and try and build some possession in this second half.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing we have to do, just be patient and try and nick it when we can and try and counter. Jorginho, just previous to that, that's exactly what he does do.
Byram now with a bit of space, well found by Rodon. Moving forward, still Byram. Gray goes ahead of him, so does Nonto. Nonto into Gray. Gray back into Nonto, cleared just off his toes. Gray, great sliding challenge, but can't keep the ball for Leeds there. So Jorginho goes chasing, little hand in the back, and the referee has seen that as a foul on Silvera, and that'll be a free kick to Middlesbrough. Probably not the worst from Leeds' point of view.
No, stop the attack and then get them playing back in front of us again, but the problem is it's winning the ball back. We're just retreating to a point, kind of saying that, you know what, Borough, you're knocking it around really well. Keep doing it, but do it in front of us.
Clark to Silvera. Nonto makes the challenge. Knocks the ball out of play for a Middlesbrough throw. It's midway inside the Leeds United half. The ball has gone back to Clark once more on the halfway line. And it goes to Howson. Howson back to Van den Berg. Back to Howson once more. Short ball to O'Brien. Past Jorginho. O'Brien out to this left-hand side to Thomas. Thomas shapes a cross to the far post. Waiting there is Firpo. Heads up in the air. Drops for Jones. And then it goes back into Dijksteel. And then Azaz. And back out wide to Jones. And then he pushes it a little back. And finally ends up with Clark on the edge of the centre circle. Every Middlesbrough shirt up in that Leeds half as it goes over the top to Thomas. Tries to cross. Gnonto comes in to block. It comes off Gnonto. And it goes behind for a Middlesbrough corner.
Well, just sitting back, I'm not sure that's really working either. Borough with so much possession. This time getting to a good area down the left-hand side. Gnonto does well eventually to block the cross, but they're getting into those areas of danger.
So another corner kick that Leeds United have to defend. As it comes in from Azaz, curled in, into the crowd, headed away. Comes out for O'Brien. Somerville again steps in to make a block, and then the flag goes up to suggest it's a Middlesbrough throw-in. Pretty much level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area.
Wow.
Dropped right in under the crossbar again.
Yeah, there's so many bodies in the way as well. Meslier just can't get through them all. Fortunately, plenty of white shirts there to defend it, but delivery is excellent from set pieces.
A chance to cross from the right-hand side into the middle. Meslier palms that one out to this near side when Gnonto picks it up. Gnonto slips and loses it. Thomas steps in, and the ball breaks kindly for Bamford. Clark's gone forward a long way to close him down. Gruev trying to help it on, and Bamford does help it on to Gnonto, and then handball by O'Brien. And Daniel Farke's really animated about that because Gnonto was trying to flick it over his man there to get round him on the other side and set off on a run into the Middlesbrough half, and that handball prevented all that happening.
Well, Gnonto and Lewis O'Brien just got to be careful.
Gnonto looks somewhat unhappy, and the referee is going to call him in now for a chat and delays the taking of the free kick here. And Gnonto needs to just chill a little.
Yes, a few deep breaths.
Shouldn't be difficult on a night as cold as this one. Sent away from the referee now, nothing more than a talking to. Goes across the back to Ampadu, wide left side to Firpo. He's under pressure, so he goes back to Ampadu. Ampadu into Gruev. Gruev to Firpo, up the line to Bamford in his own half. Controls well, plays it into the path there of Firpo, and he gets the return ball, and Leeds have got space, and Somerville is on, and he's into the penalty area. Somerville trying to find the room for the shot.
Yes!
Oh, yes! He finds the room, he takes the shot, he scores the goal. Leeds only attack of this second half, and Somerville's worked his magic again. It's Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 4.
Tremendous. What a goal. What a goal from Somerville. We've seen so many of them this season, and this one is right up there with the best. Have all the possession you want. It's what you do with it that counts. And Daniel Farke has sent us out in this second half to say, OK, sit there, pick your moments, go forward with quality when you can. And this is exactly what he would have been thinking. Give Somerville the ball on that inside left-hand channel and let him do the rest. Thought he might have missed his opportunity as well when he initially got the ball, but he took his time and knew exactly what he was doing. Really good play here. Firpo gets the ball forward, waits, timing in the pass is perfect. And then can he beat him? No. I'll wait, I'll cut inside. I'm going for that far corner around the defenders. Keeper Dieng, absolutely no chance. Just watch that one go into the back of the net. The keeper has, I did, and I'm loving it. What a great goal, Somerville.
Well, a few players played significant parts in the build-up to that, starting with Patrick Bamford, but Firpo's pass was just what was required. And once Somerville picked it up, you knew what he was going to try and do, didn't you? And, well, goodness me, he did it. So, a little breathing space, just a little breathing space. Still, feels like a long way to go. Leeds United fans now, all noise, all animation. Clark for Middlesbrough. Ball is swung wide. Jones controls and passes to Dijksteel. Goes back to Howson. Howson out wide again to that right side. Big minutes in this game. Jones, short ball to Howson. Now he's got Dijksteel. And then the block is made by Firpo. Takes the ball out of play for a Middlesbrough throw. Level with the Leeds box over on the Middlesbrough right. So the delay. Now Silvera gets the ball off the throw-in. Back it goes to Van den Berg. And all those red shirts are up in that Leeds half. All the white shirts deep in it. Howson gets the ball back. Up to the edge of the area. Azaz plays inside Firpo. Crossed into the middle. Great header by Rodon from the penalty spot. There were plenty of red shirts in there. Rodon got in amongst it and cleared it. Clark with a little cushion header back to Van den Berg on the halfway line. Plays it down the channel. Given away to Firpo. Able to pick out a pass to Bamford. Now Somerville down the line, looking to get it back to the number 9, but unsuccessful on that occasion. So Clark in the centre circle for Middlesbrough. Switches play out towards that far side once more. Isaiah Jones again, the target into Azaz in the penalty area. Turns one way, still going. And then, just as he maybe should have shot, he delayed. And Leeds were able to boot the ball clear gratefully.
Absolutely. Butachi in the box and finds himself in acres of space, but yet takes another touch instead of just having a swing at it. Allows us to get back.
Middlesbrough start again. Howson out wide far side, comes back towards Van den Berg. 65th minute. Van den Berg, short pass forward to Howson. Leeds retreat. Howson goes out to that right side again for Middlesbrough. Jones up against Somerville, turns away from him. Still going. Firpo steps in, Gray steps in. Leeds have the ball. Gray needs help running it forwards, and then is he brought down? No, he's run it out of play. He does go down. There's a real reaction from Archie Gray to the challenge there by Azaz. So players step in to separate the pair of them. And the referee's in to have words as well.
Well, Azaz didn't need to do that to Archie as he was running out, but it's always the reaction that the referee then looks at.
So the conversation goes on between Gray, Azaz and Tony Harrington. When play restarts, it will be with a Middlesbrough throw in. Just inside the Leeds half. Howson on the halfway line. Now Clark. Middlesbrough preparing a change. And Bangura is going to come on for them. As Nonto wins the ball back for Leeds. Sets off. He's dragged down there, Nonto. That will be a free kick and potentially a yellow card, maybe. Well, no, it seems not. As Nonto gets back to his feet, ends up off the pitch there, walks back onto it as Leeds take the free kick. And Farker's just, I think, telling him, calm down, stay calm, although not happy, perhaps, at the failure to administer further punishment there. Leeds with the ball with Jorginho. Great turn, gets himself space and plays a ball. What a ball to Bamford. Oh, he's offside.
Yeah, just.
Well, he's finished well on this occasion, but the flag was up. Again, close call.
And that's what Georgie can do. When he's played the ball into him just recently, it has bounced off and he's lost it in those sort of areas. But when he produces this sort of skill, the control, the turn, and the vision, it's absolutely wonderful. And Bamford, I just thought he maybe he's run a little early. Georgie tried to put it through with an excellent ball, but always just offside.
So, 2 changes for Middlesbrough. Gilbert comes on, Bangura comes on. Thomas off, and I think, was it Dijksteel as well off. So, changes being made by Michael Carrick here with 22 minutes remaining. Clark. Short ball played to Gilbert, loses out. Jorginho gets it off him. Now Bamford, surrounded by red shirts as he moves forward for Leeds. Stops because he hasn't got much support, and now Byram arrives to help him out. Leeds move up as a unit now. Byram down the line. Good run from Nonto. Gets the ball off Byram. Good drop of the shoulder. Can he make the cross? He can. Just goes across the penalty area, and it goes all the way out over on the far side from the near side for a Middlesbrough throw-in.
It's unfortunate. Bamford made the run near, but good work again, wasn't it, from Georgie? This time defensively, just to get his foot in, but still limping from that challenge.
Through the middle, Howson rather, to Gilbert. There's his little slip there that almost got Leeds in, but he's played a good ball for chase down the far side. Ampadu, though, reads it and copes very well with it, gets to it first, gives it to Meslier. Meslier just puts it up over the halfway line, beyond Bamford, but drops for Clark. And then on that far side, Azaz is challenged successfully by Gray, who knocks the ball out of play for a Middlesbrough throw-in. And that Leeds half marching on together. Rings out around the Riverside. Still plenty of work for Leeds to do in this championship fixture. Clark in the centre circle. Plays the ball, intercepted well, almost pushed by Gray into the path of Bamford, and then a free kick is given, is it, to Leeds for the...
Hits the referee.
All right,
so
yeah.
I think he's asking for the ball back, but now...
Contested drop ball.
Yeah. It certainly
Leeds, I think.
Certainly looks now like we're able to pick the ball up, aren't we, off the passing of Burrows. Not quite as precise anymore, and we're getting it into some good areas and causing one or two problems ourselves.
Caused a problem by Bamford, so he fouls him, drags him to the ground. Leeds free kick just inside the Middlesbrough half.
You'd like to think as the minutes tick away as well, the more chances they'll take, the more opportunities we'll get.
20 minutes to go. Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 4. Nonto in possession. Nonto brings the ball in field in the Middlesbrough half. Gray has space. Wide of him is Firpo. Has the ball now. Firpo, Somerville is beyond him. Somerville just tucks in. He's taking a deflection. I'll go for a corner kick. So Nonto didn't have to try too hard to get to that one. He was happy to see it roll behind, knowing that Leeds would get the call.
That's it. Deep breath, composure. Just take our time, get set.
Somerville stands with the ball in his hands in the quadrant. Just positions it now. Takes it short to Nonto. Comes off Nonto for the return ball. On the edge of the area. Goes into Somerville. Great play. Into the middle. Oh. Just beyond Patrick Bamford's outstretched leg at the far post. Lovely little bit of approach play. Got Somerville into the penalty area there. Bamford couldn't quite meet it at their back post.
Excellent play, wasn't it? Yet again, this time a short corner, and Somerville brilliant. Georgie, a little unfortunate there.
There wasn't much in that, was there?
No.
With Jorginho and O'Brien. Just leaned slightly into O'Brien. The free kick awarded to Middlesbrough, quickly taken. Gilbert has it. Gilbert out wide to Jones on that wing, down to the edge of the area to Gilbert, crosses into the middle. Good ball as well, but nobody had made the run. Goes beyond them all to this near side touchline. Bangura has it. Goes back to O'Brien. O'Brien back to the sub. Bangura. Infield to Howson. Return ball to Bangura. Challenge is a good one from Nonto. Can he keep the ball from going for a corner? Yes, he can. Plays it onto Jorginho as well. So Leeds trying to keep possession. Jorginho spins and does it. And, well, initially he'd almost done it there in impossible circumstances before Gilbert came in and took the ball off him. And Gilbert has it back again here. Goes into the centre circle. And then Howson. Short ball to his right to Vandenberg. Once more, all those Middlesbrough red shirts up in the Leeds half. O'Brien puts it into the far side of the penalty area. Firpo with a good header clear. Somerville just happy to flick it on over his own shoulder. Take it a bit further away from the box, but it's picked up by Vandenberg, who can move it forward for Middlesbrough here. Gilbert blocked off. Bamford picks it up. Leeds thought about trying to spring it there. Somerville trying to do maybe that now. Goes down. Bamford blocked off. Middlesbrough win it back on the halfway line and go back to Dieng, who, apart from picking the ball out the net, barely touched the ball in this second half.
No, but I always like to see him pick it out the net, and fortunately we've seen it once this second half.
Bangura now in a good position for Middlesbrough. Cross into the middle, breaks kindly for Azaz. Good challenge by Gray, had to be. cool under pressure, got it wrong there, and it was a penalty. Jorginho loses the ball. Had the run out wide of Nonto, couldn't get to him. Middlesbrough have it back in the Leeds half once more.
Yeah, we don't want to be losing the ball there. Peru's about to come on as well. Farke giving him his last-minute instructions.
Middlesbrough moving it round in the Leeds half. Walking pace currently as Leeds just hold their shape off the ball. Into the area it goes. And then it's crossed into the middle, and it's a miss by Azaz, who got in the end of the ball across the 6-yard box. And he had time, and he got his finish all wrong.
Good ball, wasn't it, from Middlesbrough this time? They did manage to get in behind us. The runs off Firpo. And Azaz, not easy, but should do a little better.
Bamford heads towards the touchline. He's the player who's been switched here. So the home fans not appreciative of Patrick Bamford's efforts. The old boy who scored against them much earlier on this evening. And he's replaced by Peru.
Sure, certainly put a fresh legs up top. Bamford's worked hard. Got hold of the ball at vital times. Scored a very important goal as well.
16 minutes to go. Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 4. Meslier with a ball forward. Clark, now Grueff, and then lost. Clark just puts it up in the air. Peru chases. Fresh legs of the substitute. Picked up by Bangura, another replacement. Back it goes to Clark for Middlesbrough. Clark helps it forward to Vandenberg. Vandenberg up towards the halfway line. Plays it forward, it's won. And it's just put over the top for Jorginho's potential run, but cut out before it gets there. Goodness me, that's an ambitious back pass towards Dieng there.
He dealt with it well.
He dealt with it, yeah, he did. He brought it down well out the air. Gray slips and loses out, and now Middlesbrough go down there, right-hand side, level with the edge of the box. Ball's crossed into the middle again. It's gone behind, it's sliced from that cross from the right-hand side, and it's a goal kick.
You think 15 minutes to go, so half hour of the second half. We've hardly mentioned Latte Lath's name, and that's all because the service to him now is non-existent. It's all been in front and in midfield. So the tactics certainly have taken the major threat away of Latte Lath.
So experienced midfielder Balassa is coming on for O'Brien. He's going to sit in the middle for Middlesbrough.
Well, O'Brien must have run out of gas, because he, for an hour, was certainly very good in the second half, dictating plenty, but not in the last 10-15 minutes.
Ball over the top from Ampadu. Somerville realises he's offside, so doesn't set off in pursuit, and the ball sails out for a throw-in anyway. In front of those Leeds United fans, on that far side from where we watch the game. Everybody on their feet. As the ball goes back to Dieng, and he diverts it to Clark, and then it goes on for the run forward of the sub-Barlassa into the path of Gilbert. Turns and goes back to Barlassa again. Across the middle to Vandenberg, and out wide to the right-hand side. And Jones comes forward for Middlesbrough. Still going, challenged by Somerville, is successful. Gets the ball clear as Peru is almost tackled by the referee there. Keeps the ball for Leeds, gives it to Firpo, up the line to Jorginho. Oh. Lovely from Jorginho, great step over. Comes in, he's scythed down there.
Steady, Jorginho.
And Jorginho's got to stay calm. It was not a good tackle. The referee has come in to take control. Jorginho just needs to stay away, because there's a card coming out for sure. It's going to be yellow. It was a very poor challenge from Jones.
Shocking challenge, absolutely shocking challenge. Jorginho with a great piece of skill, really was. If I was Isaiah Jones, I'd be happy just to take that yellow and go back and stay on the pitch.
So everybody's calm. And we can watch as Leeds United take a free kick from almost the midpoint in the Middlesbrough half. Firpo goes back to Ampadu, who in turn goes all the way back to Meslier. Leeds signalling their intentions there. Meslier, long ball over the top. Somerville again offside, so he leaves it. Peru will chase though. Vandenberg knows he's on his shoulder. And it goes out of play, and it's a Middlesbrough throw, level with the edge of their own box.
That's okay, just push up. Try and pen them in there now.
What on earth is going on here? Middlesbrough delaying their own throw in here by some degree.
I'm all for that.
More of. 12 to go. Leeds trying to win it back. Do win it back.
Oh.
Foul somewhere in the middle of that attempt to Middlesbrough, just outside their own box.
Just Firpo on Balasset.
So he retreats as Middlesbrough begin to build again from the edge of their own penalty area. Clark to Howson. Only Howson out to Angura, and then back to Howson once more. And then played through the middle. Oh, Latte Lat comes off him. Jorginho can't keep it off him though. Goes and wins a second ball though. And now he's made space for the ball to Gnonto. And Gnonto is up to the penalty area. He's into the penalty area. And Clark just makes the vital block. As Gnonto tried to get inside in there. And Gnonto just ran into Clark and the ball came off him and was cleared away.
Oh, it's unfortunate because the option certainly was to go across the goal. Had Peru and Somerville as well, but we've seen so many times Gnonto just unseat the defender, get that half yard and stick it in. Couldn't quite do it that time.
Middlesbrough move down there right. The ball is with Jones. Infield it comes to Howson. Given away to Gruev. Possibilities perhaps here. Gnonto bundled to the ground. Really poor challenge that, because Gnonto was about to lose possession there. He'd knocked it too far ahead of himself. He wasn't getting to it, but it was Johnny Howson, I think, who leaned into his back, wasn't it? Maybe maybe that was the challenge of a 35-year-old midfielder.
Well,
who's put in a real shift.
Haven't they? They've done a few like that, that as soon as we get on the counter, they just take us out one way or the other. Jones has done it, got himself a yellow. Now, we're looking like we're going to have a couple of subs now just to see this game out.
So Howson yellow carded for that, by the way, as James and Anthony prepare to come on for Leeds United in the closing stages. Kamara and James prepare to come on. And Gnonto and Jorginho are two of those who are departing. Jorginho, who's largely had a good night for Leeds United. Recovered from the error in the build-up to one of the goals, but recovered to significant effect, and he's been very good in this second half in particular.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's worked hard defensively, which certainly for me hasn't gone unnoticed, but when he does get the ball, certainly can make things happen. He's been more secure in possession tonight.
Somerville, touchline on the left for Leeds. Back it comes to Ampadu. Firpo controls well, gives it back to Ampadu. Inside the final 10 minutes here at the Riverside. A few of the home fans are heading for the exits. Byram over the top for James. Good looking ball, this one. If he can keep it in play. He can't. Just bounces away from him as he was shaping to try and hook his foot round it. Get it in the middle, but it bounced behind for a goal kick.
Nothing wrong with that. I think over the top with James, that's an option certainly as Middlesbrough push up.
Luke Ayling is pictured on the big screen here, and his name immediately goes up from the Leeds fans, who remember Luke Ayling with great fondness, not that long since he left. Luke Ayling is watching on tonight with Sam Greenwood sitting alongside him. Clark. Your Leeds and you know you are is the suggestion from the travelling section. And he was out in the pub, wasn't he, the other week in Leeds, Luke Ayling, buying beers.
He was there at the Player of the Year do on Thursday as well. So we know he's Leeds, everyone does.
Howson, another for whom that suggestion could be made. As it comes out on this near side. Howson gets the return ball again from Bangura. Out wide to Isaiah Jones. Jones to Azaz. And Firpo has to defend it, does well. Leeds almost conceded the opportunity to get that ball, and they've given it away with Gray. And now Jones on the edge of the area, holds it up on the edge. Goes back and then in, whipped in, and it's a header away that's important from Ampadu, right in the middle of goal. Middlesbrough have the ball back into the area. Kamara's there, and he's happy just to hook it as far forward as he can, where Clark picks it up in the centre circle. Gilbert for Middlesbrough, given away to Somerville. Now Gray. Can they work down that touchline? Well, nothing as it turns out. It's given back to Middlesbrough. Azaz goes out wide. Gilbert plays his cross in the middle. Meslier watches the flight carefully and then comes to meet the ball perfectly and holds onto it, drops to the floor. Next season that might be penalised. Rodon just in a little discomfort in the penalty area
right
there.
Right calf. Keep an eye on that, because it's when he kind of pushed off. Hopefully it's nothing more than a bit of cramp.
He might have to be involved in the action here. The ball's come back into the Leeds penalty area. Meslier just goes long, maybe to spare in that. Pirou can't get to it, but Gray can. Only momentarily, though, and then Middlesbrough get it back again through Howson, back in his own half. Challenge is a good one from Byram. It's a quietly effective game for Leeds United. Sam Byram on the ball again here. Back to Rodon. On it goes to Gray. Back to Byram. Happy just to check back at this advanced stage of proceedings. Out to Dan James, who's really seen the ball since he came on. Gives it back to Byram. Just played back to Rodon. In the 85th minute now. Rodon from Ampadu. Rodon goes back to Meslier. Meslier will go long with this one. Sees that Somerville was in space. Goes through the middle. Pirou can't get there. Now he'll give him the ball. And James is in. And Dan James could wrap it up for Leeds. Oh, great challenge coming in through the back of Dan James there. He was ready to pull the trigger. And as he was shaping for the shot, Bangura came in and nipped the ball away for a corner.
Tried to take too much time. Don't have that much time. Bangura, you're right, does really well, but he shouldn't have been allowed to get back. Get far ahead of Dan James. He is just one touch and hit straight away. Instead, Middlesbrough man got back and made a superb challenge.
Changes for Leeds again as Anthony is coming on. Rodon still.
Somerville.
Conversations with the touchline near side, but I think he says he's okay. Middlesbrough make a change as well. So AJ Matthews is coming on for them, young player. I think he's making his debut here. Somerville off for Leeds United. Somerville, another important contribution. And Somerville with a brace for Leeds, which pushes him further ahead at the top of the goal-scoring charts. Penalty, and then another one of those wonderful whipped-in shots. Somerville gets the acclaim of the manager and other members of the coaching staff. And the game will restart now with a Leeds United corner kick. Brewer thinks about going short. James is off him, but he goes in near post. Should have gone short.
Should have gone short. There's no one there at all.
Wasn't a good corner. Cleared away from the near post. James has to stretch to head back to Rodon. Rodon back to Meslier. Quickly from one penalty area to the other. Meslier just over the top. Knows it's stretched now, so Pirou, but Vandenberg gets it away from Pirou and nods it back to Clark. And now Gilbert. And now Balassa. Short ball to Gilbert once more. Plays the ball over the top for the run through the middle. Lattelat, great flick. Oh, he scored. He's helped it over Meslier. And that straight ball has beaten Leeds at the back. And Lattelat means there's still work to be done here.
What a goal. What a goal. We've kept him largely quiet for all of the second half up until that point, and it's just a straight ball through the middle. But what about this finish? Really is wonderful. He's onside, so no problems with that. Knows where the keeper Meslier is, and he's just off his line. Meslier getting nowhere near it, 7 yards out, too far, and it's a good goal.
Firpo to Anthony on that far touch line. Leeds have had chances to wrap it up. Now the game comes back to life. Meslier with a long clearance. Pirou battling with Vandenberg, drops for Clark, just nods it back to the goalkeeper. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes of the 90 remaining. Inevitably there'll be time added on. Howson for Middlesbrough. Short ball to Barlassa. Comes out to this near side touchline. Back into Clark in his own half. Into the centre circle to Gilbert. Back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg, short ball to Clark. Middlesbrough move into the Leeds half again. Barlassa. And Barlassa tries to play it through the gap. James is lost out. It's into the penalty area. And it's bobbling. It's shot goalwards. And it's dropped to the far post. And Meslier scrambles the ball behind for a corner kick.
What is happening? What is going on here? Short corner, wake up.
And Leeds have got to defend as it comes into the penalty area. Heads up from Clark, puts it across the middle, and it has to be just hacked into touch by Jayden Anthony. They stood and watched the Clark header there, and it was rolling, and it was hacked into touch by Jayden Anthony. And it's, well, actually, it's Leeds ball. So
bizarre. I mean, here I thought Dan James actually probably could have stopped it initially, then didn't. And Bangura just went on his way into the box. Fortunately, that no Middlesbrough player was in there free when it got nodded back.
Oh. Throw down the far side. Ampadu goes long, finds Pirou, but his control lets him down. And Clark is able to put it back to Dieng. Pirou goes after it, but again it goes back to Dieng via Clark. And now it's out to Barlassa. Last minute of the 90. Barlassa strides forward. Barlassa has options to right and left. Plays it out to the near side touchline to Bangura. Bangura looking to get the cross in. James rather stops the first attempt. Comes back for Barlassa. And back to Bangura again on the left. Bangura crosses into the middle. Shot from Azaz across the middle. Hits Rodon on the shin. Goes behind for a Middlesbrough corner.
That could have gone anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Rodon just sticks a leg out. Fortunately, it goes wide of the goal, but we've got to switch back on here. Suddenly the home side coming on strong again. Keeper's up.
Dieng's come up for the corner kick in the 90th minute. As it comes in, curls in towards the far side. Rodon heads clear. Remember, the goalkeeper's out. Leeds can't pick up the ball. 5 added minutes. Important. Now the keeper's still out as Leeds have it down that far side. The keeper is still off his line as it comes forward to Gray to break the lines here. Leeds coming forward with Archie Gray, keeper back on his line, up to the edge of the area, and he wins the corner kick. Great work, Archie Gray.
Absolutely great work. Just looked like he was coming back. Instead, use those strong young legs of his to keep running into the channel. Most importantly, win a corner kick, which gets us up the right end of the pitch, not the wrong end.
I don't think there'll be many going in for this one, will there?
Forget that. Go shorts.
I'm not sure it's going to come out of the corner, to be honest with you.
Well, there's 5 on 2 that we're marking, 6 on 3 now at the back, and rightly so.
Leeds delay the corner. They've taken it short. Kamara is in that corner, stuck by the flag. Ball goes behind. Another corner.
Oh, no.
Surely the referee pointed for a corner kick. And then Middlesbrough gave it back for the goal kick, and play is allowed to continue. Middlesbrough come out with Barlassa in possession. Barlassa over the halfway line, out to the left side to Bangura. And Bangura infield to Barlassa. On the edge of the penalty area, goes back to Bangura, into the middle. Heads in there, cleared away. Comes back out for Howson. Meslier gets down and drags the ball gratefully into his body.
This is nervy because now our defending really is poor. Our clearances are going straight in the middle. That's just setting Johnny Howson up for an absolute blockbuster. Unfortunately, it's straight at the keeper. Meslier makes a decent save from what is a good shot.
Meslier with a long ball forward up into the Borough half. Vandenberg with a looping header. Nodded back by Howson to the keeper, Dieng. Rolls it out to Barlassa. 3 minutes remaining, just under. Bangura to Gilbert. Gilbert goes wide. Anthony beyond him. Jones is in the penalty area. Firpo comes to cover, and he clears behind for a corner kick. And again, Dieng, the keeper, it's taken really quickly. Leeds have got to get back in. Middlesbrough on the edge of the area with Jones. Comes back for Barlassa. Keeper stays forward, out towards the far side of the penalty area. Still there for Middlesbrough. Now it comes in from Gilbert. Heads in the middle from Rodon.
Great
now the
header.
keeper's out. And now Pirou. Oh, no, he couldn't get to it. Middlesbrough have it back again with Howson. Keeper back in the centre circle, but Middlesbrough down the right side of the Leeds penalty area. Comes in for Gilbert. Crosses into the middle. Over Meslier. And then it's going to be Rodon who's racing to this near side. And he's just told to get it forward as far. Oh, it's a good ball actually from Rodon. It's better than get it forward.
That's a foul.
And James is fouled. It's a brilliant free kick. It's a brilliant free kick for Leeds to win. As James got away from his man there, he was dragged down, and it will be a Leeds free kick just in front of the Leeds technical area.
James does really well. Bryn, take a breather, mate. I'm taking a breather because I tell you what, this is exactly what we need just to stop the tempo of this game. Middlesbrough are all over us at the moment. It goes into our box. We're not dealing with it comfortably at all. Meslier didn't really know where that one was, but Rodon plays an excellent ball up to James, who wins the foul and just buys us a bit more time.
Byram just clips it up, but Pirou's got to go and get to that. And does he get to it? Yes, he does. He wins Leeds win a throw-in midway inside the Middlesbrough half. Just over a minute remaining here, and Leeds have a free kick, and Byram walks slowly forward to take it. Sam Byram picks the ball up now. Down the line to Pirou. He's got to hold it. Got to hold it. Pirou can't keep the ball, but Leeds do win another throw in. This time it's level with the edge of the Middlesbrough box. Byram goes to get the ball, picks it up. Pirou, surely, yes, he gets the ball again. Trying to get to the corner flag this time. Barlaser gets it off him. Barlaser back to the keeper, Dieng. Dieng out to the right side of the penalty area to Jones. Jones racing forward for Middlesbrough now, over the halfway line. Anthony can't get to him. Jones stopped by Kamara. And they've got it. Oh, they fouled him just in from that far touchline. They take a quick free kick, Middlesbrough. Still, they have possession with Barlaser in the Leeds half. In the last 10 seconds.
Get to him.
Gura.
Stop the cross. Get
Barlaser
to him.
Plays it into the middle. Clark flicks it far post. Firpo heads it clear, and it's helped out by Kamara. And now Anthony, can he keep it in play? No, he can't. We're in past the 5 minutes now. Middlesbrough have a throw in. They go back with the ball on that right side, and it comes back for Barlaser. It's
Yes!
over! It's over! Leeds United have held on here for 3 huge points at Middlesbrough. Oh my word. And the Leeds players, well, some of them, they're out, they're down. It's been such a monumental effort. This game has been incredible. But Leeds have just about had enough to come through it. And there have been nervy moments aplenty, but there have been good goals as well. And it's Leeds United who have earned a very, very precious away win here with a full-time scoreline that reads Middlesbrough 3, Leeds United 4. Oh my, what a night.
Quite simply an incredible game. I'm not even going to begin to try and explain what has happened, but most importantly, somehow, some way, we have seen it through. We have got the result. Second half, we came out very differently. We allowed certainly Middlesbrough to play. They kept possession, but in areas that didn't really cause us too many problems. And then we got the counter-attack and a brilliant goal from Summerall. And at 4-2, you think, OK, now let's just see this one home. But Middlesbrough, they were always interested, always dangerous, piling on the pressure. It's a brilliant goal from Latte Lat as well. In the last few minutes, well, that is all about character. Get your head on it somehow, get a tackle in, do anything you can to get over the line. Well, the boys they're absolutely delighted out there, rightly so. Our fans are going crazy in the corner there. And let's hope now this is going to lift off for the last couple of games, because that is a huge, huge win. Absolutely brilliant. The boys are knackered. I'm knackered. Bryn, you must be knackered as well. Anyone that's in the middle of the night, go back to sleep if you can. I bet you can't. I tell you what, we've got the 3 points. Brilliant.
Adrenaline is pumping here as the Leeds players go to the Leeds fans on that far side. The Middlesbrough supporters head for the exits. And Dan James, I must tell you, has only just got back to his feet. He's been receiving lengthy treatment. Something happened, I think it was the foul on him, hit him in the arm or the ribs. So he looks in some discomfort still. And remember, swift turnaround again for Leeds, because We do it all again on Friday night away at Queen's Park Rangers. Make it stop. Yeah, another one to look forward to. In the meantime, we'll have post-match reaction for you shortly. The players go to take the acclaim of the supporters. Well, they have been richly entertained, but in a way that at times they will feel they could perhaps have done without. Those last 10 minutes. Oh, goodness. Final scoreline, it's finished here. Middlesbrough 3, Leeds United 4.